I know I need an haircut. It's it's getting a little bit out of control. So this is a story of 2 days. That's four. That's two.
I'm
2 days.
not quite sure how to help you with that.
Go away, Alexa. Anyway, what happened is I've had a decent weekend. I've found some good stuff. A little bit of a backstory of something that happened. So I picked up like a robot that was like a box robot on a car boot sale a couple of weeks ago. It cost me about £5. But it was a boxed one from the 80s called a Roby Eye or something like that. Anyway, I brought it home and I got it all cleaned up and put batteries in it, and it works really well. And I thought to myself, well, this is probably going to be worth a bit of cash. And my mate, he told me that there's a guy who runs a shop in Sheffield which took in vintage toys and things like that. So I decided to put it all together and threw a few comics on top as well, some old comics that I've had for a while, and try and get a bit of store credit in the thing. He could have given me some money for the stuff, but the store credit from this guy is very, very generous. So I took these parts and this robot thing and the comics, and he really liked them, really wanted them, and gave me some store credit. So with the store credit from the thing, and the prices in his shop are very reasonable as well, and he had a lot of vintage stuff and Transformers, but a few modern things as well. I managed to get, with the store credit, a Studio Series Bumblebee, all complete with the instructions and everything. I haven't had a play with this thing yet, but I'm going to have a little play with it this afternoon. Also, from the Transformers 1, that's from the Transformers 1 film. This is from the Transformers 1 film as well, which is Sentinel Prime, which, again, not had a play with it yet, but I'm going to play with it in a little bit. That should keep my afternoon of football and Sunday dinner and play with Transformers. Good times. Also, with the store credit, I managed to get a G1 squeeze play. Hasn't got his head, however. I've been working on doing 3D printing stuff recently, and I've kind of got into making all sorts of bits and bobs for spares, and managed to finish off a Bruticus and all sorts of things with the fantastic community of people who put models of 3D printed items onto the internet for free, which if you're not into it yet, get into it. 3D printing is where the future of toys is. It can resurrect a toy that's not existed for a long period of time, and it's worth going into. It's really interesting stuff. It is from my point of view anyway. Also, so yeah, got Squeeze Play, but I haven't got his head. But the main thing I actually bought with all the store credit is this monstrosity. When I came back from having a few brewskis yesterday, I got collared by my wife. Said, "What is that horrendous thing on the table?" That horrendous thing on the table is a Metroplex. From the Legacy line. I want to use Legacy. I don't know. It's the more modern interpretation. This thing. Anyway, it's Energon, the reimagined version of Energon Megatron. Not Megatron, Metroplex. This thing weighs an absolute ton. It was an absolute bargain. I'm absolutely in bits about it. I think it's great. I don't know where it's going to go, but if you were going to pick one of these things up with the price I picked it up, you've got to have it. It's by far the biggest Transformer I've ever owned. I can't actually find anywhere at this moment in time where it's going to sit. I may have to do a little bit of thinking about it, but good golly, Miss Molly. It's a massive, big, clicky, clacky, crunchy thing with beautiful detail and a fantastic, big, weapony kind of thing. Oh, good times. I'm going to have so much fun with that thing. But yes, he goes there. So that brings me on to this morning. This morning, woke up feeling a little bit worse for wear, but I'm okay. I was all right. Got some water down me and decided to nip down to the local car boot sale, which is just down the road from where I am. It was a weird one this morning because right at the beginning, there was virtually nothing there. And I started to feel a little bit like, oh, I'm missing out on this. I don't think there's anything that's going to be of any use. And it come nearly 7, I think about 6 or 7 o'clock, I thought, I'm going to knock this on head because I'm not really finding it. I did find a few bits. One of the things that I did find, actually, in the first few minutes was a original Power Rangers Saber-Tooth Tiger Zord, whatever you want to call it. I've never had one of these, and that was the grand total of, I think it was £1.50, which is cracking, because that will go into my Power Rangers shelf, which is just up here, there. And yeah, really, really good stuff. It's weird because before I started collecting these things, I used to see these all the time and used to ignore them because they weren't Transformers. But now I am a bit of I like the 90s aesthetic of these things. So I'm going to have to find all the rest of them at some point and build up a proper original Megazord. So yeah, that was £1.50, which was pretty good. Also from the same guy, I managed to pick up a Mighty Boosh book, which is like a I like the Mighty Boosh. If you've never heard of the Mighty Boosh before, you're missing a treat. Really nice little thing. That was £1, so I thought that's going to keep me occupied for a good few hours. And so yeah, and I'll probably get on to somebody else when I'm done with it. Good few little finds, but like I say, after that there was nothing. I wasn't finding anything. And then right before I was going to leave, I saw a guy put a few bits out, and in there was some computer games, and I asked how much they were, and he said, they're £1 each, so these were worth picking up. For my lad, I managed to get him Killzone for the PS4, and I've got Last of Us, and I've had that before, but for £1, it's worth having because you can flip it and make some extra cash. It's a good one to grab hold of. Also, I bumped into there's a guy that I see quite regular on the boot who was he sells toys on there in the Chesterfield version, in Chesterfield car boot, but he also does like the Doncaster Toy Fair thing. So he has like stuff that's for cheap stuff for kids, and then he has the collectible stuff for the toy fairs that he sells on. But he had a few little bits in his in a tub, and I picked these up for £3 per pair, which is a Power Rangers little figure, which I've got. I like these like non-transforming smaller figures. I've got a big glut of them, so I put them all together because I think they look really nice. And also found a SPD section of the Megazord. This is the red. It transforms into, you got the head, and you need all the rest of the parts for it. Eventually I'll come across these. I did actually find a few weeks ago on another car boot sale like a huge job lot of Power Ranger parts. There was nothing complete in there, but having all those parts means that I can eventually either trade them on with other people, or I can make up ones that I've had parts missing. So I have actually got loads and loads of Megazords that I've made up the completed now from like these job lots that I get. But when I get a rainy Sunday and plenty of time, I'll go through them and I'll be able to find some more. So like, anyway, I'm digressing. I was ready to go, and then this car pulled up, and in the back of the car I spotted with my bionic eye, there was a big bag, and you could see it was full of figures, and there was something sticking out the bag, which is like a telltale sign. Telltale, no pun intended, but you'll see what I mean in a second. There was a tail sticking out of it, which I thought, oh, I know what that is. I'm going to hang around here just in case there's some good stuff. So nobody else were around there, just me, and they were bringing things out. And I thought I'd be cheeky and I'll ask. I says, is there any chance you could get that bag of figures out for me, and I'll have a little look at what you got in there? And she went, yeah, no problem. So she got this big bag out, plonked it down on the floor, and I was like, yep, okay, right, here we go. I'm thinking, how much do they want for this kind of stuff? And I said, how much did you want for these figures? And the little boy, whose figures they were, he said, I want £1 each. And I thought, oh, no, mate, no, I'm not giving you £1 each for these figures, because what you'll see in a second. I said, no, I'm not giving you £1 each anyway. So I put a pile of them together, and I said, how much did you want for this lot to the dad? And he said, a tenner. I went, no, I'm not giving you a tenner. And I went to the little lad and I gave him 15 quid, because it's well worth 15 quid for what I got. And you'll see exactly what I mean in a second. So the smaller things in there, I picked up a Kong figure, which is a really nice figure. I've got, but I didn't think I'd had it, but I've already got this figure, so that will go in the trade pile. But it's a nice little figure from Playmates. Also in the job lot was a Jurassic Park. I can't remember what they're called, but it's got all the nice articulation. It needs some fresh batteries thrown into it, but you can just hear it. It can hear that it's actually trying to make the noises and whatnot, but its batteries are flattened off, so I'll sort that out in a bit. But I like these Jurassic Park dinos. I've got a nice little collection going on over there, and I just tend to pick a few up every now and again, put them together. They look great. It's making noise, can you hear it? Anyway, let's put that down. Also, last Jurassic Park figure, I picked up this bad boy, which is the Spinosaur from Jurassic Park 2, I want to say, but I'm not 100% sure. I never know if it's that or not. It has a mechanism on this thing where it opens up its mouth. These things go for a bloody fortune online. They're so sought after, and they're really, really nice figures as well. They're good articulation, good size, well made. Bish bash bosh. Also, same lot, there was a King Kong, limited articulation type of thing. It's one of the, I don't know if you call them Titan or whatever, but it's a big old lump of plastic. I thought, well, I'll have that because it's a proper official King Kong from the King Kong versus Godzilla movies. I thought that's good. That'll go on the Godzilla shelf. Also, and this is where it gets a bit tasty, humongous, really well articulated Kong figure with loads and loads of articulation, loads and loads of detail. It's yeah, a lot of plastic, as you can see. It's a big old chunk. It's a big old chunk of plastic. I think these things go for a pretty penny on their own, but I've never seen one of these on the car boot before. So I thought, for having this big job lot, it was worth having. But that wasn't what I actually bought the whole job lot for. I actually bought it for this next piece, which is the best by far chunk of plastic that I got today, which is a Godzilla figure, which has got all the lights and sounds on it, and I believe it lights up, but the batteries have gone on it. Again, you can see it's trying to do it, but the batteries have gone. I'll put some fresh batteries in there. It's got plenty of articulation, tail moves, all the rest of it. That is cracking. That can go on the big shelf as well. I don't know how much these go for online, but I know they're not cheap. But that, yeah, good little haul. So yeah, good weekend and everything, all in total. Yeah, it was great. Anyway, I'm glad you enjoyed this little video, or if you did enjoy it. If you didn't enjoy it, I don't know. I'm presuming you enjoy it, but anyway, I hope you all have a good time. Go out there, find stuff, put it on car boot sales. If you want to leave a comment, get stuck in. If you don't, that's fine. And I will see you all later. Bye bye.